Hi, welcome to Tiffany Teach Tuesday. I am running a little behind today, but I'm here. I'm here now, and I don't even know why this says the state of the economy because it shouldn't. It should say Tiffany Teach Tuesday, and it should say, um, and it should say we're going to be discussing the migrants that are here. So, this is a very, very heated topic here in Chicago because we're getting anywhere from 4 to 5 busloads of migrants every day. We have a total now of 11,000 plus migrants that have come over the year. Now, the issue right now is where we're housing these people. And me as a human, I'm concerned about them when it gets cold outside. Chicago is a cold state. Some of them are staying in tents. They have on flip flops. They don't have the right attire. And some of them not going to make it through the cold. And the people, the constituents in the community are very upset. They're giving mad pushback. And we should be understanding of why. I mean, it's in their eyes, it's the tax dollars that are using to house them and put them up, and that's not fair. So let's discuss both sides. I'm going to speak from the side of in Chicago, we have a lot of unused real estate. And some other people feel that same unused real estate should be given to constituents in the community who are already here, who might be homeless and of sort. Now let's play devil's advocate. So the constituents in the community who are homeless and don't have resources, do they really not have access to resources? What were the circumstances to leave them to be homeless? What's going on? Now, I want to say this, and I say this to everyone. Americans are big consumers. We spend a lot of money on things, for things that are not needed in life, that are not necessary. They are leisures. And I've been in the real estate business for a long time. I've been doing property management for over 20 years. And I have seen my tenants mismanage their funds up until today now. I'm going to give some examples. I have some tenants who get assistance from the government to pay their rent. So when we say that the government are not helping our people that's already here, they are. We have Section 8. Yes, everybody can't get them, but we also have low income housing for subsidized housing based off your income. So we can't say the government is not helping the people here. People say, well, they need to give us better jobs. So this is my thought. I have $0. So I prefer, because they're not going to pay me $40, then to work and make no dollars. But I think somebody owe me something. Make it make sense. Because at the end of the day, you have the free will to get up and go to work, whether they're paying you $100 or $0. Because I can tell you this, there's some migrants that are working, that are making a way, and they have yet to be able to get a green card, but they doing in-odd jobs and doing things they can to get some money until they can get a regular job in order to provide for their families. So you can't make like they have it better than the people that's here. They don't. Now I'm gonna tell you what they being unfair at. In the communities where they're talking about taking away the community centers and the bar districts to give it to the migrants a place to stay, that's not right. See, you can't take away from the people who provide in the community, paying their tax dollars, to give it to people who have nothing to even give back to the community in tax dollars. Now, you can take some of those tax resources that you didn't get from wherever you didn't get it from and decided to allocate to them, and you can put them into those schools, because in every community we have a lot of schools that are vacant. And the reason being because back during the baby booming time, people made children, a lot of children. You had people who had 10, 15 brothers and sisters. Now you have people who have no children. So there is not enough children to fill all of those schools. So they've closed a lot of schools and condensed them. But these schools are sitting vacant. If you want to give them a place to stay, give them one of the vacant buildings, the vacant stores that's in our community, because these stores have closed and moved out the communities. But do not take people who have activities in their communities away. Then they say, well, one of the park districts, they closed it down because they don't have enough park workers. So then this is my issue with my people in the community. You all want them to keep the community, but don't nobody in the community want to work at the park district to watch the kids so the kids can keep playing. Now, you can't have it both ways. Oh, they don't pay me enough. Well, how much is enough? It's never going to be enough. If you have to take what you have and make it work, I keep telling people, you keep getting caught up on what everybody else has as enough, but what is enough for you? If you have enough money to Uber eat at least 2 or 3 times a week, jump in the Uber to hang out and go places, you have money. If you're not cooking meals every day and stretching your money and you buying carry out and fast food, you can't be broke. Because see, those migrants, they don't have that luxury of eating Uber Eats. They don't have that luxury of getting carry out and jumping in the Uber to go somewhere. So we can't be people that want people to be thoughtful and considerate of us, but not being thoughtful and considerate of other people. You have to, I tell people, if you keep your hands like this, God can't put nothing in it, but you open it, he give you enough in abundance to help other people. So we can't continue to say that we can't help them, because let's get it clear. It ain't nobody's land because it was stolen in the first place. So at the end of the day, how are we going to work collectively together? Because guess what? They're not going anywhere. And fighting and pushing them away is not going to make the problem go away. Everybody that came here is not bad. Everybody that came here is not on drugs. Everybody that came here is not a violent person. And how, if it was you and your family, would you like someone to treat you like that? Be thoughtful and considerate of these people because they need a place to go. They cannot live on the streets in Chicago in the middle of a winter. It is not human-like to make them be like that, to live like that. And I done met some. As a matter of fact, when the people, my clients have presented the program to me, like, Tiffany, what do you think about the program? I said, now let me get the clear. There's pros and cons to the program. They paying for these people housing. So they get 3 months. You like them, you keep them, you get 3 more months they pay. They have to work and save enough money to be able to pay their own rent. They're waiting on their green cards to come. So these are the people that have been vetted by the government. Now, I said, well, after 6 months and the program up, who's supposed to put them out? How we going to get them out? Because we moving them in. When it's time for us to put out, they don't leave. What happens? So let's get this clear. If any of them break the law, they are sent back to where they came from. They will not be able to get a visa or a work permit or anything. So they have incentives to be right and abide by the law. So I tell my clients, you know what? I don't know. If you can't afford to move them in and once they get there, get them out, don't take them. But I can't make that decision for them. So I decided I got a vacant unit. I'm not doing anything with it. I'm going to try it. So I actually today got to meet one of the migrant families. It was a husband and a wife and they 3 small children, and none of them are over the age of 5. And they were the most precious and sweetest children. I couldn't even imagine them being homeless in the cold in the middle of the winter. So the case manager says, they work. I said, they work. She said, they're doing Uber. I said, well, how they get a car to do Uber? She said they didn't get a car to do Uber. They hustled up on enough money doing what they need to do, and they done bought an electric bike. So they use this electric bike to Uber around to make them money. So everybody out here ain't struggling. But let's get this clear. Now, they didn't travel thousands of miles to get here. When they get here, they done figured out how to get them electric bike to Uber, but you got people that's living in the house that ain't getting up to go to work and got the ability to work. So miss me on these high horses when you all talk about people not wanting to work and they don't have jobs. When you really want something in life, can't nothing stop you from getting it, because they wanted to be able to live a comfortable, healthy, clean life, and they took the sacrifice and the struggle and the risk and crossed the border to get here, all the way from Venezuela. Let's make it make sense. Pull out the maps, my people. They came a long way. So you're saying that they shouldn't be here, but is any of us supposed to be here? Our ancestors came off a boat and they didn't even want to be here. And it's a whole bunch of other ones that don't look like me that came over here to get American dream. So they get an American dream. And yes, they needing a little help, because everybody can't pull up off their bootstraps on their own, as we say as Black people. But guess what? We have access. We can take what we have and build more, because African Americans have a multi-trillion-dollar spending habit. But we keep talking about we struggling. People that struggle don't spend trillions of dollars. So where's the struggle at, my people? Oh, you struggling because you living above your means. You prefer to rent than own. You prefer to look like money than really make some money. You prefer to say, oh, they only paying me $5 an hour. That's too much. That ain't enough for me. But you ain't got nothing. Make it make sense. When y'all start making this stuff make sense, then I understand it. It makes some sense to me. But ain't nobody made it make sense, because I tell people every day, I done struggled. I done work jobs below what people consider that's beneath me. I don't have nothing beneath me, because before I go hungry and go without, I'm a hustle and grind and make it do what it do. So get off y'all high horses and keep forgetting that some of us walk the same shoes that these people are walking in. Unfortunately, we didn't have to cross the border to get there, but we have been in a situation where we needed some help and a helping hand. So what I say to us today, help somebody that need to be helped, and don't look at them as villains. Look at them as human people that need help. And if you don't want to help them, fine, that's your thing. And I'll tell the government again, you cannot take the constituents who pay taxes, resources from them to give it to somebody else. Now that ain't making no sense either. So as usual, thank you always for tuning in to Tiffany Teach Tuesday, and I'll see you on the third Tuesday of next month. Bye.